Hello, everybody. It is a terrific Tuesday, right? It is a terrific Tuesday, and it's so good that I see so many people assembling on this terrific Tuesday. Um, we got like 100 people already in the room, and we only have 50, like less than 50 likes. So, can we just start with that? Really, right out the gate? Can we start with that, please? Thank you so much. I'm just sharing this really quickly to just the key constituency. Mm-hmm. We're not giving Bishop Greasy lips, are we? No. Okay. All right. All right. I've sent out enough notifications. Everybody gonna have to get in where they fit in. West Coast, I apologize, but this is the only time I had a little space in my day to do this. So these are like evening topics, but um this is the only time I could squeeze in. So I know it's 9:16 on the east. It's 9:16 on the West Coast, right? But yeah. I'm sorry. I have Patreon. I have a lot going on, y'all. Okay. I have a lot going on. So and listen, I'm not gonna drag this out. This is gonna be my video for the whole situation, y'all. Okay. This is gonna be my video for the whole situation. I'm gonna wait because I got an inbox this morning um from somebody over there in Charlotte in the area. And I'll wait for a few more people to come here. They were watching me last night. I don't know who these people are, y'all, but they were watching the show last night. Be sure to hit the like button upon entering. Hit the like button for multiple devices, y'all. Uh-huh. And so, all we can say is, this is unconfirmed, but um, it's unconfirmed. But oh Lord Jesus, all we can do is just report the news as is given to us. Let's wait a few more moments, y'all. Let's wait a few more moments. Can you please share? Share, invite. Thank y'all so much. Okay, something is. Oh, it's that. Okay, there it is. I know I felt something scratching. Share, invite, and share. Thank y'all so much. I'm glad they were watching too. All right. Okay, we got to rock and roll. I have things to do. Okay. While there's a nice patch of sunshine outside, y'all. Okay, so I received a inbox in my filtered messages from somebody. I guess they know the situation over there at the church and what's going on with Prophet Carn and the lady and whatnot. And of course, these are just random people in my inbox. I don't know. It could be somebody, or it could just be, somebody just, trying to insert themselves in the case. But what I will say is this. Prophet Carn, he might want to just I don't know, want to reassess and reevaluate how he moves because they said there was a lot that woman did not say. There was a lot that she did not include that she could have included, and she might include later. So, Prophet Carn, I don't know him. I just spoke to him one time on the phone, but I think he really should reassess, how he out here in these streets moving. Because, baby, listen, hell has no fury. Hell has no fury like a woman whose heart has been hurt and broken in a million pieces, right? So that's what I said, little friends. Oh my. Okay. Uh-huh. I'm just saying. All right. But let's get into let's get into it. Let's get into it. So while we were live last night, we got the news that a woman by the name of VASHTI ENNIS had took to Facebook and laid out what appeared to be a Facebook post about spiritual and emotional manipulation, right? That's what I'm calling it. Spiritual and emotional manipulation. Okay. The title of this video, if you saw the thumbnail, is this the Ichabod season, or is there Charity Greenleaf syndrome permeating through a lot of these situations, y'all? If you don't know who Charity Greenleaf is, she was a character on the show Greenleaf who was involved with a man, and it's like some stuff is just like right there in your face. Like we were watching Greenleaf, like, ma'am, are you serious? Charity, are you serious? So that's why I called it the Charity Greenleaf syndrome. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody being on the down low. We want to be clear about that, but just seeing what you want to see and not waiting to do anything until everything falls apart, right? So then you act upon it. So I know so many people say, well, you know, Tyesse, you know, you speak to the Lovey situation, and you're pro Lovey, and I am pro Prophet Lovey, because Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles on a cloudy day could see what these people are doing. When the money dries up, when everything dries up for them, then they have a revelation. They have a revelation. Okay, so yeah, I take every case, a case by case basis, y'all. They wait till Mad Day, you know, and then they use this. They use spiritualization as some type of mode of operandi. You know, you throw a Bible scripture in there and a couple of quotes from Psalms, and you know what you got, right? Okay, but it's what we're weighing has like the glory from the church has the glory from the body of Christ just left, exited the building, or is this woman? And we have to be very, 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 very careful about how we're handling women in these conversations. That's why I say we take a case by case basis here. We take a case by case, we evaluate the case, we put it in a file, and that's what we do. We cannot sit up here on Jack and Harry's internet and just start saying all of these women are the same, because listen, Miss Vashti is different from Gigi. Gigi is different from any other woman that's going to come along, right? Yeah, please hit the like button. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But being that it's an official Tyesse Report, we have to have a hard conversation. If there was another channel, it'd probably be a little fluff. But we have to have a hard conversation for Miss Vashti, right? Excuse me. What's her name? Vashti? We have to have a conversation for Miss Vashti. Miss Vashti was in a relationship with Prophet Carn for 10 years. And she talked about, basically she can't be sitting up here talking to other women and, encouraging other women and stuff. And she's, going through what she's going through. Vashti, in case you see this, says Vashti. At any point in the last 10 years, sis, did you hear what the streets say about Prophet Carn? We only have 2 questions for you today. At any point in the last 10 years, have you heard what the streets have been saying about Brother Prophet? At any point, have you heard anything what the streets have been saying? See, Kimberly Elise was told by Felicia Rashad, you got to take some responsibility in all this. How little or how much you take is up to you. That's all we were trying to tell Gigi. She never got it. Because let's be honest, Gigi is a little, aloof. She's a little aloof. You can tell she's a little, spaced out there, Whew. Shamako, it's like right now, if somebody was, dating Diddy and then, went up to the courtroom talking about, oh my God, what's happening? I can't believe it. Shamako, like somebody was dating Diddy right now and went up to the courthouse right now talking about, what's going on? Are y'all serious? Like, where have you been the last 20 years? Again, we're not bashing Sister Vashti, but Mama, have you been around like these circles? Demetrius Senegal did a whole rebuke. You want me to play it for you? You want me to play it, sis? Demetrius Senegal did a whole rebuke because he was over there allegedly messing with LaQuinta. Was it LaQuinta or LaQuinta? LaQuinta's the motel. What's Demetrius Senegal's old lady name? Is it LaQuinta or LaQuinta? He was over there allegedly messing with LaQuinta. That's why I say the Charity Green spirit is real, y'all. You see what you want to see, you ignore it until it just falls apart. It's LaQuinta, okay. We'd never heard from LaQuinta LaFrance. She did a post about, and in due time, I will tell my side in just a little while. LaFrance, we're still waiting. Why are you shocked when you hear a damn dog bark? Okay. Here is what a lot of people believe. There is a serviceability and a benefit to access to people of status and power. He's a known prophet. And so with that status comes a lot of perks. And so, you tend to ignore stuff until all the wheels just completely fall off. Whew. Sorry, our Marjorie says, different women, different day, but the game doesn't change. She got played thinking she'd be different. She has to accept the part she played. I'm seeing, I was on her page and she's beautiful. She's really pretty. Gigi is pretty. The kickball lady, they're all pretty ladies. And I think this pretty thing, it gives you some sort of delusion. You are not the only pretty woman that God created. Gigi, she's over there looking at herself in the mirror, taking selfies all day. And the kickball lady, I guess she thinks she's annihilating. I want to say this to you, to the kickball lady, aka Sheridan. You keep making comments and putting rainbows up associated to my name. Like, I think you think you're trying to like hurt my feelings or embarrass me. I am an LGBTQ man. I am proud of the rainbow, sweetheart. Yeah, I saw. You keep doing it, and then you call me Prophet Lowy, special little friend and stuff. That's not an insult. I'm honored to be his friend. I am. Now, if I start putting a kickball up when I talk about you, you're gonna say I'm wrong. If I start putting a kickball up, because that's what they say. You play kickball. I know she play volleyball, but I'm gonna call it kickball. Since you hung around, now take your trinkets and your self-esteem and go fade into the woodwork. Problem is, y'all thought it was gonna happen to you. That's pretty much the synopsis. The synopsis of the whole day, Crystal Marshall. The other point is not part two. Point number two is I'm just trying to check out something. Hold on. Let me see. This is a guy from William McRae's page. Okay. I don't think I removed you. Did I remove you or was it somebody else? Yeah, you were doing too much in the chat last night, Dr. Jekyll. You know, you were doing way too much. Okay, Dr. Jekyll. Well, I'm going to allow you on a conditional probationary. I'm going to allow you to be on it's really a strict probationary in this chat. Okay, I'm going to give you like really just a little grace. But I respectfully ask that you please don't do too much. Sit down over here. Sit down. You can comment, but I'm letting you know, really, I'm being honest. Sit your ass down somewhere and try to blend in the best you can. Because I don't know who you are. I don't know y'all, because some of y'all be for them other channels on fake pages. Will tell the girls to woosah. Okay, you know what? I can't. I'm sorry. Listen, I don't have time for this. Wait a minute. Okay. Somebody gonna talk to you in the back. Okay. Anyways, y'all, back to the show. Number 2 is my number 2 point. I just don't have. I don't have the patience anymore for that stuff. I don't. I be trying, y'all. I try my best now. The number 2 point is what is your plan to make sure you don't go through this again? Number 2, what is your plan? What is your goal? Because these exposés, the shelf life is not really long. Like what we're dealing with, y'all, are these exposés now, and these Facebook posts, and these long, drawn out, you know what I'm saying, YouTube series. But they do nothing for your heart. They do nothing for your healing. Yes, you expose somebody. But I'm just like, what are you going to do as far as working on you? That's the second point. Those are only 2 points I have. Prophet corn. Sir, like, y'all really got to, like, I don't know. It's like, here's the thing. This is my personal opinion. You cannot be, I don't care what nobody say. A lot of people use this thing that people are men and they're just men. But you cannot be out here fucking everything moving. And then you still up in this church and these churches trying to preach and prophesy. It just don't go together. Like, you need to either be promiscuous in the streets or you need to be in the church. There is some grace allowed to you when you first get into ministry and you're trying to find your way and you're trying to get your life together. There is a little grace for that period. But you cannot be 20 years in the game after you're still hoeing. I'm sorry. It doesn't make any sense to me. It is a level of deceit. And here is the thing. I don't care who it is. Here's the thing. You got to start asking the question. Are the people that sit under these people, that's why I asked about Ichabod. Like, do anybody like see through people anymore? Can you literally see through these people? Because I can see, like I see Abednego. I see right through this man. He was on this morning talking about all of us. All of us can be rebuked. All of us can be exposed. And all of us can be, you're right. You can. And you will. But I see through people because I know what I'm looking at. Right? So to the church folks sitting up in the church, when y'all stood up under these people, y'all don't see nothing in the spirit, like nothing. You don't smell, fornication on these people? I don't know. The saints of old, honey, we used to be nervous just, Hold on. I'm getting better with my whatever this is, y'all. It's getting a little better because I'm not coughing and snickling and was sneezing as much. So it's getting better. Thank God for that. The saints of old, I don't know if y'all remember the old saints. We used to go around them and we used to get like trembling and nervous because it felt like they could see what we did last night. I don't know. I remember the old saints. You would be like, they would look at you and you would feel like unclean and dirty. Like, oh my God. Does anybody remember that? Like in the 80s, late 70s, early 80s? Them saints would look at you and you feel like they saw everything you did last night. I don't know, but I don't know. These people sitting up in the church. What they say, your gifts come without repentance. What does that mean? We need to really start breaking. Well, hold on. What does that really mean? What's that lady named Sylvia? I need to ask her. What's her name? Siri. We need to break that thing down, y'all, because listen, I ain't no theologian. What does your gifts come without repentance mean? The saying your gifts come without repentance is a biblical concept, not a general proverb. It refers to the idea God's gift and callings are irrevocable and cannot be taken back. Well, yeah, that's what I figured. Essentially, it means that if God has gifted you with a particular ability or calling, it's a part of your divine purpose. Oh, so he don't take it back from you. So once you get the gift, it's yours. You just pervert it. Oh, this is heavy. This is too heavy for a lunchtime show, y'all. Oh, okay. So he give you the gift. Y'all are typing, y'all are typing whatchamacallit. Y'all are typing monologues in the chat. I'm not gonna read all this stuff. So God gave you the gift, and then you wind up perverting it or wind up abusing it and tapping in the flesh. But he never takes it back from you. Oh, this is heavy. It's a part of your divine purpose, and he will not change his mind about that gift. It's not about God forgiving you for not using your gifts. It's about the assurance that the gifts and calling are permanent, or a permanent aspect of God's plan for your life. So basically, you can be a whole. You can be over there at the Ramada Inn Suites and still go to the conference and prophesy. Oh my God, that is heavy. Ooh, that is heavy, y'all. I just don't know. I don't know. I can't do y'all like this. Let me get some of these comments, y'all. I'm trying to get out of here. That's what I'm trying to do, y'all. I'm trying to get the hell out of here because I have Patreon tonight. Kerry says, if they fucking them, I doubt it. The others are probably seduced by their charisma. Yeah, these men, honey, these men look in your eyes and your damn panties drop to your ankles, CJ. I'm still surprised that people who stay in these churches still giving their time, commitment, and money to these leaders after they've been exposed so many times. Well, right now, honey, listen, a lot of these churches are on their last leg. They just did a Pew Research poll where, honey, millennials have left churches in droves. So it's mainly, the older saints, Mother Brown and Sister Sue and all of them. There's a double standard in ministry because the women of God are definitely mandated to live holy. That's a whole separate show. I think it's Kiana. That's a whole separate show because, listen, we've seen what happened with Denise Clark. We've seen what happened with Maddie Moss Clark and so many others. They are held to a different standard. You are right. It's sickening to take advantage of these women. And man, using Christ's name is sickening. It's spiritual incest. One lady told, don't do that, Tyesse. One lady told the story in LA. She said that they're gonna know who you're talking about. Somebody in LA gonna know who you're talking about because it was well known. Tyesse, leave that alone. Don't do that. Child, one lady in LA said the pastor, when he would come to town, he would tell her to meet him where they was gonna meet at, and be in the bed just buck naked with your legs open, ready for me. And she said she did it. She said they lived that way for a long time. She said eventually she got convicted, and she told him, I can't do this no more. But he would say, being there in the bed with your legs open when I walk in the door. Ooh. Some of y'all in LA know that church over there off of Figueroa. And she said she would just be in the bed with her legs wide open. He would just open the door and she'd be ready to go. You know that church over there off of Figueroa Engage? You being messy, Tyesse. I'll be joking when I say it, but in all honesty, it's not a good look if you cannot manage your proclivities. Well, yeah, that means you haven't tapped out of your flesh. You haven't pruned that flesh away. Is never sorry for who. Gift is never sorry for who or what he planted. Anointed you to be. Man did give the word. Okay, right. I'm under the impression it means a person can operate in their gifts while not necessarily living godly and private. Well, I wonder why God does that. I don't know. It just seems like if he gave you a gift and you're not operating, in the right manner, just like he would just take the gift from you. But like, we look at Leandra Johnson right now, what she's going through. She is a powerhouse singer, and she's struggling with alcoholism, but she still can sing. She still can affect you, and you still can be delivered, set free through her voice, although she is still dealing with alcoholism. The church, the orthodoxy of the church, she needs to sit down until she get free. Why can't she sing through her addiction? Why can't she sing to her liberation? Because a lot of these pastors, y'all don't sit down. So why are you telling her to sit down? I done got triggered. Okay. It means God won't take away what he gave you. If you can sing whether you do it for him or not. Oh, yeah. I heard it like this. The gift will put your name in lights, but your character will put your name in a mud hole. Y'all are doing the most today. This is the year of exposure. It's sad that the man of God does not live the life they preach about. Y'all, Prophet Corns, what's that thing? What is it called? He got More Grace is coming up next month. And it's probably going to be packed out. I'm serious. It's probably going to be packed out. I swear, y'all, it's crazy how these people operate in the church now. T.D. Jakes is one of the keynote speakers. Do y'all hear me? That Boy Grace Conference probably going to have more people now. The church does not operate like, I remember as a kid, TBN, PTL scandals, and it rocked the ministries and people just disappeared. They had to step down and go away, not just for a little while. Some people were banished away forever. We don't do that anymore. Like now it's like they ignore it. Prophet Corn probably not even going to address this woman. He's probably not even going to say anything. And this is crazy, y'all. We just came off of Tiffany Witch and Warlock Gate, y'all. Okay. Sarah says it's spiritual incest for a pastor to sleep with the people. Then that's a conversation, Sarah, we need to have about single pastors, male and female. Like, we have to be honest about people. They have to have needs met. And if you're single, what are you going to do? Nobody likes to talk about sex outside of marriage. It's considered, fornication. But if you're not married, what do you do? Noel Jones said him and Loretta didn't have sex. Noel Jones said him and Loretta didn't do nothing. That's what he said on the Preachers of LA. That's what he said. They didn't do nothing. Child, oh, they say eating ain't cheating. All right. My forever bishop always says, don't let your gift take you where your character can't or won't keep you. Oh, that's heavy. That's heavy, CJ. I'm behind, y'all. I'm a little behind. Same thing, but different day. People may be leaving the building, but now the fooling has relocated online. It's all a big mess. That is a really good point. Because even if the buildings are emptying out, Eternal Artist 44, hold on. Even if the buildings are emptying out, you still have a monetary lifeline with online ministry. That is a good point. Even and then brick and mortar was already going to be phasing out, I think, anyways, because we are in the heart of the digital age, y'all. So I think brick and mortar churches and buildings were going to kind of thin out anyways. But COVID-19 was a great annihilator. So, no worries. So she can take your time, baby. Take your time. I'm behind, y'all. Don't worry. D. Allen says the temple was destroyed. And okay, the temple destroyed. The curtain was ripped from the top to the bottom. And we don't need the middleman to get to God anymore. Wake up, people. Okay, when I talk about that, D. Allen, when I said, listen, you need to start learning God for yourself. When people start talking like that, the establishment, they get upset. You don't want no instruction. You don't want to be, you don't want to live under no discipline. It's the great falling away. It's sacrilege. I just feel like I don't really need nobody to tell me nothing, like, in that capacity, because I know God for myself. Yes, I'll go to church when I want to go to church, but why am I sitting up here like, why do I have to go over here? I have to be here. I really do not need to be in here. People say we go to church to commune with other like-minded individuals and to worship God in a sacred space. Okay, that was all thrown out the door during COVID-19. Why? Because we didn't see the insides of a church for almost a year, some of us. And you didn't lose your salvation. You didn't lose your connection to God. And some people tell the testimony, my rent was still paid, my bills were still paid, my body was healed, and I didn't step into a church for almost a year. So that lets me know that God is so much bigger than an edifice. I'm just saying. Thank you, Keisha. I appreciate it. If you are new watching us today, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. Let me give you a heads up. I know I shouldn't lead with this, but this is a religious conversation. Please note that I am an LGBTQI blogger. So before you subscribe, I shouldn't have to lead with that. But I'm LGBTQIA, but I love the Lord. And I believe in God. And I worship God. And I'm on the right road now. You should have to lead with that. But sometimes people, they don't know. I should be able to just say, hi, my name is Tyesse Jackson. I'm a blogger. Can you subscribe? But when you have these religious conversations, you have to let people know, listen, before you subscribe, this is who I am. I know the Lord. I got it right one Friday night. Yeah. You don't have to testify, Tyesse. You don't have to prove nothing. I really know him. Expectations of church leaders have changed drastically. Yeah, Chanel, I agree. Have some of these pastors been called, sent, or did they go someone because someone said they are preachers? Okay, so KT, a lot of what's going on, what I'm seeing now is you have a lot of people that are just in ministry. And we really, can we be honest, with TikTok pastors and Instagram pastors and stuff, y'all, we don't know where half these people came from. Am I telling the truth? Like, where did some of these people come from? One day they were just on Instagram, they're prophetesses and they're pastors. It's really, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, no disrespect, man. It's like roaches. Like, where did these people come from? I have no idea. It's a strawberry moon. I don't believe that, Ty. What you don't believe, my beloved Mocha Drop? Noel Jones wants. Oh, you don't believe that Loretta and Noel Jones didn't have sex? Noel Jones wants us to believe for 20 plus years they did not have sex. That's what he said. I wouldn't lie on the man, you know. Listen, Loretta did whatever she had to do to get that damn peach. Once she got that peach, she knows she was in the big house. Mm-hmm. The woman over there jumped on her, slapped her in the mouth, bust her all upside the head and stuff. Loretta's been through hell for that damn ring. Yeah, she sure did. It's called self-control, a fruit of the spirit. You can't lean to sin because you're single. Sex outside of marriage is sin. Oh, is that what it is, Sarah? Okay, so we have to talk about it. We have to talk about that. And see, now this is when people start leaving the chat, when we start talking about, you know, purity. This is when people start unsubscribing, when we start talking about, you know, if you're single and you're saved, what do you do for your sexual needs? Let me get up out of here. All right, no, why are you leaving? Well, let's talk about it. Like, why are you finna go? Watch the numbers drop. 100 people gonna walk out of the door. Jesus Christ was a man, right? At first, okay. Walk me through this. Theo, you're here. Larry not here. None of the scholars are here. Tim Reed not here. Valerie, nobody here. Theo, you the closest to this. Jesus was a man, right? They don't like to talk about him in the flesh, in the vein of, you know, they don't like talking about that. He was a human being in the flesh, right? In the, you know, when you start talking about that, you start losing people. But he was sinless. Biologically, he was a man. He was sinless, though. The Bible says he was tempted at all points, yet without sin. When CNN did that special Finding Jesus, them Christian people, they didn't like that special because they were alluded to the fact that it's possible that Jesus may have a lady friend. What was that lady name? That she may have been his friend. I better move on. Can I say a woman in family and ministry and that got out? It can be like hitting a lick. It can be very, yeah, Joanne, go ahead, sis, testify if you have to. I asked God to touch me like that lady was singing. Yes, Ty, he was 100% man, yet wet dreams, even if don't self-touch. And men have wet dreams. My pastor, the late Archbishop Carl Bean, said if Jesus was a biological, fully functioning man, he had the same biological things that we had. But I guess everybody's saying he was without sin, so I guess he didn't how I don't want to make it vulgar, y'all. I don't want to make it vulgar because people, I don't want to make it, vulgar. Jeremiah 1:1. Let me look and see what you're talking about. Hold up. I don't want to make it X-rated because people get offended and stuff. They didn't want to email you, cuss you out. Y'all was watching your show today. I can't believe I was watching your show today and you talking all that vulgar talk about my Lord and Savior. I wasn't talking no vulgar talk, ma'am. I was just trying to ask a few questions. Okay, with Jeremiah 1:16. Okay, let me read it and see what it says. Okay. You have to read it like Dorinda. The word of Jeremiah, son of Hilkiah, one of the priests of, we can't do these words. I'm not going to do these words. The son, okay, wait a minute. Yeah, the son of Hilkiah, one of the priests of Anathoth and the territory of Benjamin. The word of the Lord came to him in the 13th year of the reign of Josiah, son of son of Amon, king of Judah, and through the reign of Jehoiah, son of Josiah, king of Judah, down to the 5th month and the 11th year of Zedekiah, son of Josiah. Okay, what are we looking for? The call of Jeremiah. The word of the Lord came to me saying, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. Alas, sovereign Lord, I said, I do not know how to speak. I am too young. Okay, what are we looking for here? Okay, you said, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I tell people, if that's the case, didn't God know I was going to be gay? Because they say I chose to be gay. I'm just saying, like, if that's the case, didn't he know I was going to be? Okay. All right. Never mind. Oh, he knew I was going to choose to be gay. Oh, I got it. Because they say it's a choice. I got it. Child, listen. The Jeremiah text is used to demonize abortion, and the same logic, it demonizes self-pleasure. Oh. Oh, he knew I was going to be gay already. Oh, okay. So then he knew I was going to choose to be gay, because that's what they say. I chose to be gay. Oh, okay. So, well, how did it, okay, it's complicated. It's Ty is frustrated before he gets to the third verse. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what's going on. How did you spell her name? How do you spell her name? You just want to go over to the ladies' page, Chrissy Davis Burks. You just want to go over there and get the tea, huh? I need you to stay here and get this good commentary. You just want to go over there and get the ladies' story, huh? Chrissy Davis Burks. He knew you were born gay. The Bible says nothing about self-pleasure. The woman already said what she said. Y'all ain't no use of going over there, knocking on that woman's door all day long. She said what she had to say. I'm here, Ty. You need to sit out over here. What's her name? Vashti. Y'all just want to go over there and get some more tea for this lady. I came to give a few words, y'all, and I'm out of here. I have things to do. I have Patreon tonight. Maz, put some links in the chat. $5 a month, $48 for the year. She ended her dissertation, y'all. She said, one thing I learned from our relationship is to stand for what's right, not for who. I deeply love this man and was in love with him. I still love him, which is why this is killing me. Mama, you got to get that thing up out of you, whatever that thing is. Do y'all remember Alexis Taylor? Y'all remember the blogger Alexis Taylor? She used to talk about that thing. Sometimes, even when you broke up from a man, you still feel him inside of you. This is a daytime show. Forgive me, some of the Thai squad. Y'all, I'll put them links in the chat so these people can join Patreon. She said, I still love him, which is why this is killing. It ain't killing you. Because if it was killing you, you wouldn't do this, ma'am. I'll tell you that to your face. You know, it's not killing you. You want to expose him. You want to embarrass him like they all do. This is not hurting you. You getting your lick back. The end. I gave up on my world because I believed in him. And his heart of hearts, I know the man he can be. But he needs to be honest. He needs help. Okay, ma'am, BRIAN CARN lady, when you say he needs help, see, this is what these people are talking about. And I think that's what that one was alluding to last night when she inboxed me, whoever the hell she was. Are you saying he has some type of addiction or something? Some type of, when we say addiction, some type of, maybe, you know, people say, ooh, some men are addicted to women. Do y'all think Prophet Corn may be addicted to women allegedly? Well, we're going to say allegedly, but that's a normal addiction. Some men are addicted to multiple women. And when I say normal, I probably use the wrong word. It is a common addiction. Y'all think Prophet Corn may be addicted to multiple women? He may not like monogamy. He's a single man in ministry. We got to stop using that one, Jabray. I love you, brother. But y'all been running that one into the ground. Now, Jabray, you know I love you. You one of my favorites, but y'all been running that damn line into the ground here. He needs help. Okay, ma'am, are you talking about spiritual health? Are you talking about some type of sexual health? Some type of therapy? Lady? He needs to be accountable for the souls scattered and wounded, and to apologize to the women he know he's done dirty and lied to. Ooh, that's a lot to unpack. That last paragraph, ma'am. That's a lot to unpack. Okay, so do you have any do you have any proof? Do you have any receipts concerning the souls scattered and wounded? You need receipts on the women he's done dirty as well. You can submit those to Tyesse76@yahoo.com. We can go over your documentation and see, you know, we can look at it and see what you have, you know. But when you say scattered souls, that's a serious allegation. It really is. From a spiritual and an Episcopal standpoint. He's a free spirit. They done ran that one into the ground too, CC, unfortunately. He likes to see, and who he likes to see with is none of my concern. Treat people right, keep your word, and make sure you're hold on. He likes to see, what is that? He likes to see, and who he likes to see. I don't know what this word is okay. With is none of my concern. Treat people right. Oh, you can't say it like that, Travis. This is a pastor. This ain't Joe Blow down the street at the damn at the fish fry place. Travis said, yeah, he likes to plow a woman here and he likes to plow a woman there. It's none of my concern. Travis, this is not no regular person down at damn Walmart. Spiritual sons and daughters, armor bearers. Ma'am, this last paragraph, you need to come outside. We're gonna ask you to have to do a live because these are some serious allegations. A man with the title. Okay, Travis, I know y'all kind of like nowadays, y'all like to like, you know, he's a man, you know, yeah, he's a pastor, but you know, he's just like the rest of us. Okay. I guess we don't hold pastors to the esteem we once did. I guess that's what it is. It's the new day. Ma'am, I'm going to need you to come outside because these last allegations are very, very serious. You talking about people's souls are scattered and wounded, and then you want him to get some help? Get some help? What kind of help are you talking here, lady? I'm saddened that every year I believed and stayed in hope while intimately being a part of his private life, being on front row witness to watch people get rebuked for the same things we do in private and more. That's the Gigi spirit and the kickball lady spirit I'm talking about. Ma'am, you cannot be going over here getting digged down, right? Ooh, it's not an evening show. I'm sorry. You cannot be over here getting plowed to smithereens, lady. And then on Mad Day, you get convicted about what you did. You should have been convicted before Mad Day. If you know the Lord and the Lord is somewhere inside of you somewhere in your pinky toe, you should have been had some clarity, some moral clarity before this Facebook diatribe. Now, I said earlier, we're not going to be sitting up here bashing these women and we're not going to be running them into the ground. This accountability is all around. You know, everybody can get a little piece. I don't like it when grown women say they have been emotionally manipulated by a man. You are a grown woman. You know what you were doing. Yeah, when you was over there in that bed rocking and rolling, you wasn't thinking about no damn he needs help and the scattered sheep and the scattered lambs and stuff and the scattered goats. Oh, she said that they was doing the same thing he preached against. Ma'am, listen. I have had in my lifetime, I have seen pastors speak about homosexuality and were whole punks. So this is not, ma'am, this is not shocking to me. I have seen pastors get in the pulpit and speak against gay people, talk about them like dogs. And you see them at the bathhouse in the sex parties. Well, not me, but you know what I mean. Hey, Dr. Davis. Hey, brother. Hi. I told y'all, I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. What's that man's name over there in North Carolina? Patrick Wooden from Upper Room Church of God in Christ. Now, I'm not casting any aspersions on his sexuality. I'm not. But I will say this, as the Lord is my witness. You can write my name down if I'm wrong. There's something more to this man's disdain for gay people. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. But I'm asking God to give me grace and clarity on it. But sir, you're just too focused on gay people. I'm sorry, something is off with that. We're not casting any aspersions and any innuendos on his sexuality. Okay, Miss Vashti lady, you said y'all was over there doing the same things he was preaching against. Okay. All of us are flawed from our humanity, but choosing a lifestyle of discipline takes the same decision power as choosing a lifestyle of making the same mistake repeatedly. Ma'am, come here, baby. Miss Lady, Miss BRIAN CARN lady, come here. You do know you made the same mistakes as he did, right? Repeatedly. Oh, okay, got you. All right. At what point does a Bible scholar, intelligent man who has all the information to do right and who teaches others begin to apply the same information? Ma'am, if you just not finding out about hypocrisy in the church, you are about 17, 18 generations. Ma'am, I know you just not, you ain't had no revelation about hypocrisy in the church today. Child, I don't know. I cannot. Okay, at what point does a Bible scholar, intelligent man who has all the information to do right and who teaches others begin to apply the same information? The problem is living in secrecy For so long, it becomes a lifestyle of getting away with doing as much as the heart pleases and damaging the very souls he's supposed to give an account to God for. Ma'am, I think that men and women, because women in ministry cut up too, I think that if you're out here, you know, doing what BRIAN CARN is alleged to have done, and that is living a double life concerning fornication, right? That's the allegation. And then she's also, there's little residue of spiritual manipulation as well, what she's saying. So spiritual manipulation and fornication is the allegation. In order for someone to operate, in my personal opinion, for you to get in the pulpit, this is my personal Tyesse Jackson, my personal opinion. In order for you to get in the pulpit and preach and prophesy and do all the things you're doing, and you're doing things that are antithetical to what you're preaching, there is a breach in your spirit. Somewhere, there's some type of breach there. There's something off. And maybe you don't recognize it as a breach, because the other alternative is that you know you're being deceptive and you're still doing it. So there's either a breach in your spirit that you just, maybe you're oblivious to it, like you're just like in a delusion, or you know what you're doing, and you know, maybe you ask for, you know, you ask God for repentance, like that man in that movie, The Apostle. Yeah, she had the same information. Yeah, hypocrisy. Jesus called that out more than anything else. Y'all, I came on to say a few words. This is gonna be all I'm gonna give, unless there's some more drops. Now, if some more tea drop, we will be back. But I don't know how I could do any more videos on this. This is what video do I do on this? Like, I see bloggers do 9, 10 videos on one story, and there are no updates. We have a woman that decided to go to Facebook Live and empty her guts about Prophet BRIAN CARN. Prophet BRIAN CARN is in a pickle because he was just rebuking kind of like rebuking Tiffany Montgomery less than a week ago. So he's kind of like in a precarious place. He also has a conference in less than a month, or just over a month. Whew. Women like this make real offenses hard to hear. That's what we need to talk about, Michelle. Because these are, I'm not being offensive to any of the women in the chat, because I'm speaking about both sexes. But that's what we need to talk about, Michelle. We are trivializing and cheapening hotels. Because listen, that's what it comes out to be. These are your hotels, and shout out to Jasmine Sullivan. And there are people out here that are really being hurt and really like going through some things. And this is not to diminish anything that she went through emotionally. Like, we sympathize, we empathize with you with the love of Christ, of course. But we're just common sense people. We cannot continue to sit up here and just wait for Mad Day to expose people. How about when you were over there flipping and flopping? I'm sure at some point God showed you. Oprah says God gives you a pebble. Then he gives you a stone, and then he gives you a brick. A pebble, Then he gives you a stone, and it's usually upside your head. And then he gives you a damn brick. That's what Oprah says. I remember watching an Oprah show, and the wife of the New Jersey governor, who had just came out as LGBTQ, and Oprah said, I think her name was McGreevy, something like that. And Oprah said, you didn't have no signs, you saw nothing, and excuse me, y'all. And the lady was like, I didn't see it. I didn't see anything. And you know how Oprah said, I'm sorry, I just don't know. No, ma'am. I know you can be blindsided by a man or a woman. But ma'am, you saw no signs that your husband was a whole gal. You saw nothing. Do not get me wrong. There are some men and there are some women that are very, very clever. Decepticons. But baby, there's some things, what they call, Jamel, willful ignorance. Yeah. She liked it, wholly participated in 10 years later. I think, LaFrance, this chat would be a little more pliable, for lack of a better term, a little more pliable if this was maybe 6 months in. I think people will work with her, not everybody, because some of y'all don't give a damn if it was yesterday. But I think people will work with her if this was 6 months in. I would not want to trade places with any of these pastors, young, charismatic, with a sex drive, but still calm. Let me finish this, y'all. With a sex drive, but still calm. Well, you can't. Well, see, that's another thing. You can't masturbate. You can't fornicate, and then they say you can't masturbate. Is masturbation in the Bible? Hold on, let me ask that lady Sylvia. Does God talk about masturbation in the Bible? The Bible does not explicitly mention masturbation by name. However, based on broader principles about sexual morality and the purpose of sex, some interpretations suggest that it's not considered a sin. Others argue that it does not fall under the category of sexual immorality. You need to go in and pull one out, honey. You got to release that. You got to release the tension. Shout out to Patty LaBelle. You got to ski. It has to come out some kind of way. I know this is a daytime show. Hell, y'all are grown. Oh, I was watching your shirt earlier. Oh, it was. Oh, yeah, girl. Yes, it's a daytime show. You know, some of y'all are old freaks. Y'all know what the hell going on around here. Shit. No, Ty, according to them, that is sin and you're hell bound. Well, you can't masturbate and then you can't have sex before marriage. So I guess basically see, that's why the Catholic Church have the problem they have. That is not normal. God created you to have a certain type of pleasure and release. And y'all talking about y'all for to go the rest of y'all lives without having sex, these nuns and these priests, and then they go in there and then they start messing with these babies and messing with the little boys and stuff. So that's why that's not normal for you to be sitting up for the rest of your life, not having any intimate touch. I could break down why the Catholic Church decided to do that, but we don't have that kind of time today. We don't have that kind of time. Maybe on a future broadcast, we'll talk about why the Catholic Church was, asking for, vows of celibacy. Sex, when done right, is very healthy emotionally, mentally, and physically. Yes, it is, Michelle. It'll start your day off right. Oh, I'm not reading no more of this lady letter, y'all. I'm sick of this lady already. Ma'am, I don't know if you know this, but you're coming real annoying every time I read your letter. Nobody will top Gigi, but you become real annoying, lady, to the BRIAN CARN lady. There was a person in my church who testified about being delivered from masturbation. I sat in that class and thought, so that's the missing piece of the puzzle. They are missing some pages. You remember over there at AIM one year? Was it AIM or Convocation? I think it was AIM. And Linwood Dillard said that they had a service where they was bringing in their sex toys. They told them to bring all your sex toys in Ziploc. Bring all your sex toys in Ziploc bags. Yeah. Can I play that lady? Because see, this is what happened. I want to play that. I have to switch my brand, y'all. Let me see if I can upload the video really quickly. Hold on. See, this is what this is about, y'all. Hold on. Let me see if I can upload this lady. I don't want to switch my brands right now on my channel. Let me play this really quickly. I'm gonna do it through mobile really quickly, y'all. I cannot. Y'all, we get to get out of here because I got Patreon. I got Patreon to do tonight. Yeah, $5 a month, $48 for the whole year. You pay $48 a day, you won't have to pay again until June 10th, 2026. $48 for a whole year. You can't beat that. No, you can't do it. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. Oh, where is that lady? I need to find her. I got it. All this talk, I may go for it tonight. What are you doing? All this talk, I may go for it tonight. What is Wayne talking about? Sure.
Touch me again, Lord. Touch me again, Lord.
Ma'am, what were you having a spiritual experience? What the hell is going on with these people at the church, y'all? She said she wants to get touched again, the Lord. This is why I tell y'all this. Y'all need to find somebody for real in real life.
Touch me again, Lord. Touch me again, Lord.
All right, y'all. We're just gonna thank God for her breakthrough, the lady. I guess somebody touched her in the right spot, I guess. Hold on. I gotta respond to some of y'all. Hold on. Look, I don't know BRIAN CARN. I don't know what's going on. No, I don't know nothing. Okay, I don't know this man like that. Let me respond to something real quick. BRIAN CARN gonna do what he want to do anyways. This lady, Sister Vashti, she just gonna have to really just go and heal her heart. That's what she's gonna have to do. Welcome to the club. I've been hurt, ma'am, lady. Anybody in the chat been hurt? You can put in the chat me by the opposite sex or the same sex. If you've been hurt by somebody or disappointed from an emotional standpoint, manipulated, just put in the chat ME so she can see when she see this. You've been disappointed. The only thing is that we moved on with our lives. We didn't go to Facebook, Instagram, nor TikTok. If you've been hurt by a man or a woman, manipulated, disappointed, or even disillusioned, just put ME in the chat. The difference is we got our ass up and went to damn work. T, we told the lady, welcome to the Players Club, get in line. She won't be the first and she won't be the last. We're not dismissing her pain. But man, it's like, what do you want from us? These people put this stuff on social media because they know bloggers are going to talk about it. If she didn't want this to be talked about, she would have put it in her journal or her diary. T. She doesn't want the Lord to touch her. She wants to, ooh. Marvin Winans church in Toledo hit the news about money being stolen. Okay, Matthew Allen at the official Tyesse Report. You know, we don't put stuff in the chat until I can verify it. You have to email me, baby. We don't do that over here. Okay. You heard about Marvin Winans church in Toledo, Ohio. I'm getting ready to drop the link anyways. If anybody want to come up and say something, now is the time, because I'm going to go about my day. I don't have time for these hotels, 2025 hotels. At the end of the day, yes, there is an exposure, you know, that's going on in 2025, y'all. It is. It's here. It's arrived. I'm dropping the link. And anybody want to come up and say anything, feel free. Matthew Allen, since you're in the chat, since you're in the chat, Matthew Allen, you need to be the first one hitting the link to tell us about Marvin Winans church in Toledo. Okay? Yeah, we don't put stuff in the chat over here. You still putting stuff in the chat. Don't put nothing else in the chat. I'm going to give you one more chance. Now, you need to hit this link and tell us about this money that you're talking about over in Toledo. Now, I'm going to tell you one more time. Don't put nothing else in this chat. I'm going to give you grace because I'm in a good mood today. Please make sure you subscribe to the official Tyesse Report, the best channel on the planet. Sadly, it's masterful marketing, but it's clearly effective in these days' culture. Okay, so here's the thing, Travis. Everybody is not gonna have a Risa Tisa, you know what I'm saying, moment. Look at Gigi and them. They're not. Your device is not connected, Jay. Whoever you are, Jay, I need you to turn this phone on. I need y'all to turn these phones on for a few minutes so I can see what you look like. Jay, your device, you need to get by a window or something because you ain't got no signal. The link is in the chat. If anybody want to come up, if you want to talk about Prophet Corn, or if you're pro Corn, or you pro the lady, or you pro the lady, or you pro Corn, or you pro God. There's three choices. Hey, Jabray.
Can you hear me?
Crystal clear.
Okay. I'm just trying to I grew up, old Pentecostal, so I'm not, on this new wave on you can be whatever, do whatever. I really just want us to really know your opinion. Like, I mean, what is our, not what is our expectation, but I just think we need to just reevaluate our perception or the idea of purity that we expect from these pastors. Because you say they should be able to relieve themselves in some kind of way, and that's too far for somebody. Some people, Larry, say you should have some kind of, sexual integrity, ethics, a, um, a plan in how you engage sexually, specifically talking about pastors and leaders, like the video he did last week. So I just don't know. Like you said, to have to sit down and have an expectation just because you are called by God to lead people and you're gifted that I have an expectation from you as a parishioner that you just sit in your house 7 days a week and, you know, neglect your humanity. So I don't know. I'm really trying to
Okay, so
reevaluate it myself.
Jabray, is it a hard ask? Is it too much to ask that a pastor that is leading a church not be out here honing this? Is that maybe I'm
Not a
49.
hard ask at all. It's not a
I'm
hard ask at
49.
all.
Maybe your
No, you're
pastor
not.
not be at
Mm-mm.
Tokyo Valentino or over at
No,
the swingers club.
he shouldn't be. That's not what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay. Go
No,
ahead. Go ahead.
that's not what I'm saying. But you are saying that they should be able to, you know, masturbate. So you and your view have said, okay, well, that's a
You
line that's not
need
too far for
you're
me.
gonna have to have some type of release. It's just it's gonna affect you. You are a human being with
But Ty, that's
needs.
what I'm saying. But I'm saying you have made that like, okay, well, you can do that. That's not too far. And for somebody else, that's too far. That's sin. That masturbate, you know, their pastor.
Oh,
I don't want my pastor masturbating.
I
You
see
know
what
what
you're
I'm saying?
saying.
So it's
I see.
like,
I see what you're saying. Okay,
what's the
so
line?
Jabray,
Like
what it is I see what you're saying. The church has done a piss poor job
that's what
at
I'm
human
saying.
sexuality. They are still running around here talking about God just made Adam and Eve, and there is there are no other variances in sexuality, and it's crazy when you know what you know about biology and physiology, and these people are still talking about God only made a man and a woman. That's it. When you can look scientifically with your own eyes, you can do a Google search in a millisecond and see people are born hermaphrodites and people asexual, all kind of things. It's bananas, but the church is not even, they're light years behind human sexuality. They really are.
And Ty, that's what I'm saying. Like, think about. I don't know, but I'm sure you grew up the same way. But like, I grew up, you know, in church my whole life.
Mhm.
Sex scenes come on TV. My mama covered my eyes.
Well, that's
Like,
where it
you
starts.
know what I'm saying? Like,
That's where it starts. And it started with, saying things like wee wee and pee pee. And no, we was really, they really sanitized it to the point where if they weren't sanitizing, they were making it so scary that people were in fear of your own bodies. So many women in church right now, so many women don't even know their bodies. Grown women don't even know because they have been taught that all of that is dirty. Discovering your body, understanding your pleasure zones, that is unholy, and it is crazy. I know grown women that probably wouldn't even know how to stimulate their own selves, and they're grown women.
and they just did it last week at the women's convention. I'm sitting here watching, like, wow, no disrespect, but you have 70, 80-year-old women in their mind trying to act like they are, you know, educating 18-year-old women
Mhm.
by just basically telling them, oh, just look away. Oh, just, you know, oh, don't pay attention to that. And it's like, I just feel like we're in this vicious cycle of this because we're not going to have the conversation about it. Youth groups
Nope.
ain't doing it. Youth pastors ain't doing it. They want to just look away. And I feel like this is, and that's why I said in the chat, you got these 20, 30, 40-year-old charismatic young pastors with infectious personalities. I'm in no way making excuses for their sexual integrity, but like I said, what's the line? Your line is too far for some people. I mean, what do you do? Should you not get in ministry until you have that under control? But then some people would say, well, you can't run away from the call. Like, I would never want to be in that situation. There is
Well,
an expectation for you to be sexually, you know, above board. There is. I would never say that. It's being a leader, a pastor, bishop. That's not what I'm saying.
well, I'm gonna
I,
say
I
this.
just don't know where we start.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna bring Michelle on. Well, here's the deal. We're on a slow, well, not even a slow. We're on a really, really fast ride to the church becoming to the point where it's not sustainable at this level of what's going on right now. People are seeing people now. It's not even like hidden anymore. And
No.
so, yes, this has been going on since I was a kid. But now it's getting to the point now where they're not even trying to be, covert with it or trying to hide it. Things are coming out, and at the level in which people are leaving the church and finding other methods of worship, in 5 to 10 years, if they don't get this together, honey, listen, it's going to be really, really bad for the Black church. I kid you not.
Ty, some of these pastors don't even want to have a glass of wine at Chili's or Applebee's and let their members see them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just these ideas that we have connected to holiness, which are really just rooted in white, puritanical ideology, which is a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with righteousness. So I don't know. I wouldn't want to be in a position. I'm gonna step down.
Thank you, brother. Always. Michelle, I know you have a whole word.
I'm gonna be quick because I'm at work. So,
Okay.
Elder Tyesse and Brother Jabray and Ty Squad, let's all boil this down. The problem is, if we understand, if the scripture said that Jesus, what did God do? God took on the form of a human, and that's what Jesus is supposed to be, God in flesh.
Yeah.
And that he was in all ways tempted as we are, yet without sin. And we're supposed to look at Jesus as an example. Is for Bible scholars, is that not what the Bible say? So here's my question to Bible scholars. If God took on the form of a man, and that's who Jesus are, Jesus is supposed to be God in human flesh.
Okay.
How am I supposed to follow something that can't relate to me? Because I have a sexuality. So if God, because this is what I was talking with the good Bishop Felton one night, and he said, Michelle, that was sacrilegious. When I said, when the woman, she was kneeling before Jesus and she's crying and she's wiping his feet with her hair, erogenous zones, your feet, erogenous zones are on in every part of a person's body, depending on how they're made. Yes, erogenous zones exist. So if God, Jesus is going to be my example, then Jesus have to have a sexuality. If Jesus is going to be my example. If we're going to, and the same thing with Queen Esther, nobody wants to look at the book and read the book and say that the eunuch, which was the gay man told Queen Esther what to do with King Xerxes. That's how she got that position. Nobody wants to talk. Oh no, it was the anointing. No, it was the gay man who told her what to do to please the king. Just stop it. There's no skies open. No, he told her what to do, but she was, and the same thing with Ruth. It said Ruth laid on Boaz's legs. Nobody wants to really unpack that. Naomi told Ruth what to do to get Boaz's attention. Nobody wants to talk about Jonathan. Now, David might not have been a same gender loving man, but like I was telling the good bishop, nobody turns down their position of royalty just over a friend. No, it was a little bit something else going on with Jonathan. Nobody wants to talk about these nuances. Nobody wants to answer the question is, how come Jesus's mother, Mary, can't be how come she's still a virgin even after she had birth? And she can't be a virgin because isn't she Joseph's wife? So, okay, so what's going on there? She's the Virgin Mary, but she's somebody's wife. So please connect those two things together. People want to act like sex is dirty. Okay, so church world, here's my question. Because they always say, Elder, just like you said, they always say, in the beginning, God just made Adam and Eve, and he told them to be fruitful and multiply. How are you going to do that without having sex? How are you going to even be turned on by somebody to want to be fruitful and multiply? You just don't jump up and be fruitful and multiply. There's a whole psychology that happens there's a whole attraction. That's why we have pheromone. That's why we have these certain sexual hormones in our body that cause attraction. Nature is way smarter than humans give it. And when you give it credit for, and when you sit down and try to write a book, first you're saying that sex is for children. Yes, but I have to be attracted to somebody. There has to be some type of attraction. Then you're saying,
you said sex is for having children.
That's what the Bible try to say. They try to say sex is just for having children, but there has to be some type of attraction there. And that comes with finding somebody sexy.
Yeah.
Okay, come on. That's just in order to want to have sex with somebody, you have to at least at first find that person sexy.
Yes, true.
Nobody wants to talk about that. And another thing too, and then the church also say, but don't fornicate. You're not supposed to do that without getting married. And then you push marriage and you put women in these ungodly situations where they're out here looking for a man, and then they end up with the craziest abusive men. So all of this stuff, nobody wants to deconstruct this stuff and say that the way that we have been talking about sexuality, talking about men's bodies, talking about women's bodies, and trying to use this Bible has been very detrimental. The way the Bible has been taught to men is very detrimental. I heard Sister Sarah many times, our sister Sarah, say that how she has had men in the church be very inappropriate to her.
Yeah.
And they being inappropriate because of the way the Bible has been taught to men. Anytime you preach that a woman is here, God created women for men, that's detrimental not only to women, but to men too, in the way that they treat women.
Whew. Well, listen, Michelle, you always bring the fire, and you always give us critical analysis to think about. So I appreciate you, sis. But
Thank you.
like I said, the church at this rate, it don't look too good, Michelle. It really don't.
Maybe this is a good elder. Maybe this is a good thing that all of this is coming out, because people get tired. You can't hide. You just can't hide you can't run from who you are, and who you are is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yes, men are sexual beings. Women are sexual beings. Yes, your pastor has sexual urges. Yes, when your pastor is preaching, it's just like all that energy that a pastor is giving off is no different from a person getting up and singing before you. It's no different than going to a jazz concert and that person is giving everything that they have, and they look out and they see a beautiful woman. Yeah, she is pretty. Those women that we see, Elder Tyesse, that these different men like, they are very beautiful women. It's not far-fetched that the pastor would look at them and say, oh my goodness. And then she's approaching them. Yes, it's not a far stretch of the imagination to see how that can happen.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even call that hypocrisy. That's anybody with working eyes can see that that's a nice looking woman. So to me, that's not hypocrisy. Yes, yes, she wants to meet with the pastor. Oh, okay, here we go. We understand what kind of meeting you are. Let's just all get on board. We understand what's going on. That's a man. He's a man of God. We're all people of God. And yes, we have sexual urges. We have sexual needs. We have a sexuality.
Yeah.
So thank you for listening to me, Elder. Thank you, Thai Squad. I'm going to get back down in the chat with you all. Thank you.
Thank you always, Michelle. We love you, sis.
Thank you, Elder.
All right. Brother Travis, you're up next.
Greetings and blessings, everybody, to you, Ty, and to the Ty Squad. I hope everybody's feeling great. I wanted to just add one more example to one that Sister Michelle shared about how we never really are given a perspective of the eros that Christ existed in. One other example would be when Jesus interacted with the woman at the well.
Is that eros or eros?
Eros. I may have mispronounced.
Okay.
EROS.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Dealing with the romantic aspects of love and our sexuality and the way we express our love through physical expression. And Jesus being human, 100% human, he felt and experienced everything that we feel and experience as humans. And the example I wanted to throw in there was when Jesus interacted with this woman at the well. Now, if we think about what he told her, matter of fact, he read her, you know, you got 5 husbands, you've had 5 husbands, and the man you're living with and sleeping with right now, he's not your husband. But think about the perspective. She is in the middle of the wilderness at Jacob's well, and this complete stranger who is a man rolls up on her. And he's saying, you know, hey, give me some water. So, I mean, just think about this interaction between a man and a woman. She doesn't know him. And then he says to her, I have some water that's living water. The water that I have, the water that I have for you to drink, if you drink this water that I give, you'll never thirst again. That's listen, That's what they call it, a call line. You know, girl,
Mhm.
I know your legs tired because you've been running through my mind all day.
Okay.
This is a complete it's a completely natural interaction in my mind. And so it just allows me to see, you know, of course, eventually she got it that he was a prophet and that he explained, you know, I'm talking about everlasting life. But that initial at the onset of him walking up on her, I don't think that this was a spiritual conversation at all. This woman in the well was probably getting turned on because this was a brother rolled up on her. But I'll sit that to the side. There's one other thing that I want to say because I was a little bit triggered by the conversation as well, and it's this: there is an entire generation of, and I'm gonna use what my brother Jay was saying, of young, charismatic, developing ministers that are both male and female, and some may be other gender expressing, right?
Mhm.
And there is no effective training around how to manage your impulses, how to deal with your horniness, how to experience your sexuality and express your sexuality as men and women of God, in a way that honors God, that honors your body, that allows you to show up in your wholeness, right? And I mean, it's almost like we're expected to just grow up and figure it out as we go. And you know, it triggers me a little bit because in many ways I am that young person. I started in ministry when I was in high school. Right before I turned 15. I've been singing in the church my entire life. And so it's just a whole bunch of do as I say, not as I do. And until the church that as we know it engages in these type of conversations that you are bringing to the forefront, Ty, until they actually start having legitimate and relevant conversations about being integral around your sexuality, about exercising discretion
Mhm.
and being discreet in how you move and how you do what you do, because it's just between you and the person that you have a covenant with. I could go on and on and on, but that was the point that I wanted to make. We have to prepare the next generation because, like you said, the church is about to die. The building is the how does Larry says the brick and mortar is out of order, and once it evaporates, somebody has to be able to train the children. And that's all I had to say. I'm done.
That was a whole word. Thank you, brother Travis. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for having me. Y'all be blessed.
All right. Listen, everybody, it's a serious conversation. Anybody that knows me knows that I have to be Tyesse and add humor to it. Nobody's gonna come on. 400 people not gonna stop their afternoon and come on and you coming on here talking like Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Ain't nobody gonna the numbers could drop just like that. So you have to add humor. You have to have levity to the conversation to make the conversation pliable and palatable, because these are hard conversations that you're having. You're talking about people, and I hate to use this word, feeling like they are being deceived, although it's just really common relationship deception. But they tend to lean more towards spiritual manipulation when it just really sometimes it just the setting just happens to be the church. And that does not mean that spiritual manipulation doesn't happen, but we have to be very careful with that when we're in these male, female, male, male, female, female dynamics, and we have breakdowns in relationships. And it's just like it happens, y'all. It happens a lot. It just y'all setting just happens to be the church. It doesn't make it any less hurtful, because a lot of times people will tell you, I just wasn't expecting this from him or her. They are clergy, right? So we just have to be mindful of how much we take when we see the warning signs. um, we need to get out or we need to adjust and address things head on. When you sweep things under a rug, it really just becomes a big lump. You're not doing anything. You're not doing yourself a service, right? Uh-huh. Yes, hard conversation with Jesus is the answer for the world. Either you believe the word of God or you don't. I mean, okay, that's wonderful, life changing with Famaka, but you know, those binary conversations, like, I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying, like, people usually spiritualize stuff, and that's kind of like what's got us where we're at right now. I love you, life changing vibe with Famaka, but you know, yeah, the Bible says what it says, but we're here on earth and we got to work through this stuff as earthly humans as well. There's a spiritual aspect, but we also have to understand, listen, you're humans and you need to work through this on a human level as well, as a human being on earth. The spiritual realm is going to be what it's going to be, but honey, let's get real. Okay. Okay. See, that's all I'm saying. We got to be real. I love you. Okay. As I said, Ty Squad, unless there's another development, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. Unless there's another major development. And I can't get my voice right. There you go. Unless there's another development. I don't have anything else to add. If Sister Vashti, or maybe, sometimes other women tend to follow the lead of the original woman. It usually gives other women courage. So you have the original woman, she comes out and she opens the gate. And then all the other women, usually, not in all cases, come behind her because they have given, she has given the other women a little, freedom, Prophet should be held accountable. Keep blaming the female is never going to stop. And so at no point today did we blame Sister Vashti. We had a full rounded conversation on both sides. I don't know what time you came in the conversation, Cameron Rogers, but at no time did we blame her. At no time did we blame Prophet Carn. We had pros and cons on both sides. Again, I don't know what time you came in the conversation. Okay, but Carmen, here's the link. Can you come up? Here's the link. Everybody in the chat, feel free to come up. Here you go, Carmen. Oh, it's Cameron. Here you go. Let me drop the link for you so you can come up and talk. There you go. Cameron Rogers. There it is. The link is right there for you. Now, you want to hit the link and come up and give it sound? Let it bubble up? Cameron Rogers, would you like to come up and let it bubble up and give it sound, as Ianla says? The link is available for you and anybody. All right. They are all just messengers. Okay, Tabitha, I know, sis. I know. Okay, y'all, we have a little housekeeping to do. Let me talk about this. Let me talk about this, and we're out of here. Let me do this. Everybody that can, this is unexpected commentary. We need everybody that can to sow a seed of $8.88 today, y'all. Out of the nearly 426 people that are here. If you can, if you enjoyed this commentary. Now, if you cannot give, we ask that you subscribe. If you cannot give, we ask that you subscribe. Okay, wait a minute.
I'm sorry. I'm doing the wrong thing.
Oh no, you already here, so you need to say something.
I was just so hurt. I was hurt when I saw that about BRIAN CARN. But yeah, you're right. We have to address these things. People are human. Men, women, they're human. But yes, we have to address this. When people are looking at these people every day, believing in them, yes, it has to be addressed. My mama loved the socks off this man, you know, but it has to be addressed. That's all I got to say. And I'm glad you're doing what you're doing.
Well, thank you, Anthony. Be sure to subscribe.
All right. Thank you.
All right. We ask that everybody that can to sow a seed of $8.88 today for this channel. If we can get 30 people to do that, we will be really, really, really glad. We got some conversation, and then we're out of here, y'all. Okay. Ty Squad, stick around. All the visitors, you may want to, if you want to head out, you can start heading out now. Ty Squad, stick around. We just have some housekeeping concerning the what's going on in Los Angeles. Okay. There is your ways to give. All Ty Squad members, please remain seated. All visitors, if you want to stay, feel free to stay. At this time, we're gonna go into some really quick talk about what's going on in Los Angeles. All visitors, you may now exit the sanctuary. Make sure you leave a donation before you get up out of here, though. Okay. Okay. Those are your ways to give. If you enjoyed this commentary, if you want to support this platform, thank you, Travis Gatling, for $8.88. I appreciate it. We have Chime, Zelle, Venmo, and PayPal. Those are all phenomenal ways to give right there on your screen. And you can also give when the graphic comes down at the bottom on the ticker. There's the ways to give as well. Okay. So Zelle, Chime, Venmo, PayPal. Our primary is Cash App. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna put this up. Okay, so thank you, Sappho, for $8.88. I appreciate it. Okay, so let me talk about this situation that's going on. It's getting worse in LA. There's word that there's going to be some protests here in Atlanta. It may be coming to your city. I just want you guys to be mindful, okay? That the protests are kind of spreading, but it's getting bad in Los Angeles. I believe the military has been deployed. The secondary military has been deployed. Yeah. And so I listen, I just saw Funkin' and Eva. I'm going to watch it after this live. I saw Funkin' and Eva say, listen, this is not on us. It's in Oakland too. Okay. Funkin' and Eva was really... Fucking Evil was matter of fact. She said, listen, this is on the Latinos. A lot of them voted for this man. Let them do what they need to do. I am going to go ahead and agree with Funky and Evil, y'all. We support anybody that's marginalized and going through anything, but our support now is from home. Our support now is from we're praying for y'all. We're praying for y'all, okay? Right now, we're offering prayers, thoughts and prayers. I need all Ty Squad members to go to your job. Go to your job. If you stop at the market on your way home. Go in your house and close the door. We're not involved. It's not that we don't care. It's not, but this was unnecessary, y'all. This is y'all gave this to this man. What I'm telling the official Tyesse Report Ty Squad members to do, when you get to your house, go in your door and close the door. Because this didn't have to be like this. Many of them people voted for this man. Go the other way. When you see them out there in the streets, take another 2 blocks over and then go around and go to your house and go in your house and close your door. There's many ways you can support everybody. You can put up a post and we're standing in solidarity with we're praying for y'all. If there's a Latino organization in your neighborhood that's doing good work, maybe send them a donation, $25 or something. Yeah. But we've left the chat on this one. We've left the chat. All right. And I'm not doing struggle Olympics and oppression Olympics. I'm not. But when we out here getting our brains blown out, when our children, our nieces and nephews and people are being slain in the streets and choked to unaliving, we've been out here on our own for a long time, y'all, since the 1500s. We really haven't had a lot of support for us. And I have seen other minorities speak to us like, you know, you should have complied. And other minorities have talked to us the way, you know, our oppressors talk to us. So again, we support you guys. We're wishing you well in your journey. But when I see numbers like 47% of these people voted for this man, 65% of Cubans voted for this man, and now he's turning the military on its own people, that is unconscionable. Turning the U.S. military on its own citizens is crazy. All right. That's all I wanted to leave with y'all before we get out of here. Is there anything else? We are live tonight in Patreon. Let me thank some more people. Reginald Bates, thank you for $18.88. I appreciate you. Jermaine Gardner, thank you for $8.88. I saw Raphael Warnock talk about you know, the dire consequences of this bill if the bill is passed, y'all. I think if this bill is passed, 47, aka the Orange Demon, will regret it. Because Medicare is going to be, I know they're lying to people and talking about Medicare is okay and Medicare. No, it's not. Stop lying. And people will DIE, they will. I got some prescription medication today from CVS delivered, right? And it's a medication that I normally get, but I'm looking at just some of the co-pays and how things are going up. And we haven't got to the beautiful, the big, beautiful bill. Have anybody else noticed co-pays and fees and things just going up? This can be catastrophic for people. I have the financial wherewithal to eat any cost I may have. So everybody don't have the financial wealth, financial wherewithal I do. Like, okay, I thought it was just like, is it just me? Every time you get something from the pharmacy or you go somewhere, medications then went up, out-of-pocket costs then went up. Yeah, I agree. Everything is going up. Brandy is suffering from lupus and she takes over 20 meds. And y'all are talking about gutting Medicare? Whew. Well, yeah, Bliss. And really, to be honest with you, you know, it's kind of already starting. Because some of these services are already being cut already, you know. They're already gutting with that man Muskie. They already gutted a lot of agencies already. So the trickle down is already starting, you know. It's kind of like they want people to DIE so they can get this white utopia they dream of. It is, Carter. Thank you for saying that, brother. It is illegal to use the U.S. military, against U.S. citizens. He knows that. That's why he wants to try to bring the Insurrectionist Act into play. One of my friends pays $1,500 a month for her Medicare because the insurance don't pay. Y'all, I was in the marketplace when I first got here, trying to find insurance because I moved from California here, and my insurance is not accepted here. So, child, it's just crazy. It's not one of those. I don't have one of those plans like Blue Cross or Blue Shield where you can move and just go anywhere and use it. It's crazy. I had a California specific plan, and it's just like it's gonna be a job, finding me a new carrier that's affordable, y'all, right? They're hiding the terrorists in the cost now. Yeah. They are throwing out desegregation rulings for Georgia, Mississippi, and Alabama. Wow, crazy, brother. Absolutely crazy. I am all for, you guys. I am all for resistance. Resistance is what's got me sitting here right now in this neighborhood. People that came before me resisted, right? It's what many of you are benefiting from, the resistance of our ancestors. So I stand with the people out there protesting, but I don't know how. I don't know how this man beguiled these people into thinking. And no, save your emails. All of those illegal immigrants and all of those people out there protesting did not all vote for him. But baby, I can guarantee you a vast majority of these people that are upset voted for this man. They did. Y'all, I'm about to find me something good to watch on TV. And maybe I'm going to finish watching Joy Reid, because it was so good yesterday, but I had to do the show. Thank you, Tanisha LaFleur, for $8.88. I appreciate you. Finish up Joy Reid. It was so good yesterday, y'all. And so maybe that's what I'm going to do. And then finish getting ready for tonight. I think we're going to be live on Patreon at 8 o'clock. Okay? So if you're on the East Coast, we'll be live in Patreon at 8 o'clock. We have Diddy updates. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on right now, y'all. Okay, so we'll be live at 8 p.m. For uncut. Oh, wait. Oh, my God. I'm doing it again. Oh, my God, I'm doing it again. Today is not Patreon. It's not Tyesse. Unless I just want to leave it that way. No. Today is not Patreon. I'm supposed to do Tuesday night live tonight. Why don't I just leave it like that and do Wednesday night live? Yeah, I'm so used to doing Patreon on Tuesdays, but we moved it around. So Wednesday would be Wednesday night live. Thursday would be Tyesse After Dark, and then Friday. Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna keep it like that. I'll do Patreon tonight, y'all. I'll do Patreon tonight. All right, everybody that gave, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Please don't leave without hitting the subscribe button, though. And I hope you'll return for more great conversation. The Joy Reid YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the chat. Or just go to the Joy Reid Show on YouTube, Lamar. Okay, I'm going to put the Funky and Evil link in the chat, y'all. Okay, so if you want to watch Joy Reid, she's on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The Joy Reid Show on YouTube or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Okay, so let me put the Funky and Evil link in the chat for you guys, and then we're going to get out of here. Okay, hold on 1 second. Share, copy. What a great conversation. I enjoyed y'all today. I really did. Oh my God, you guys were phenomenal today. Everybody that participated, that hit the link, all of y'all were great. Okay. All right, so y'all, I'm just gonna keep Uncut Tuesdays on Tuesday, and then we'll just, we'll work from there. We'll do a Wednesday show, okay, for our regular show. Yeah, she's phenomenal. This was great. Thanks. Well, thank you, Jermaine. Valerie Spencer hit me up and thanked me a minute ago for putting that reminder up for Joy Reid yesterday, y'all. All right, we're going to get up out of here. Y'all have a phenomenal day. Patreons, I'll see you at 8 p.m. sharp. 8 p.m. sharp tonight for Patreon, okay? Have a great, phenomenal day. Love y'all. Okay, that's the Funky and Eva link right there, y'all. Go ahead and watch that right now. You see that YouTube link? That's Funky and Eva. Go ahead and watch it now.